again, we are all in for any synergies across the services in Yandex. We want to talk about how to scale the marketing with decreasing the CPIs. For sure, we want some warm interest, the B2B interest to retailers, marketplaces, and stuff. I talked a lot about this with all of the fellow Yandexoids, but I'm up for this anytime. I guess that's it.
Thank you so much, Losha. Guys, no, just wait for a little bit. Probably you answered these questions already, but maybe you have something to add. Let me read it. During your last presentation, you mentioned huge potential for Brazil, and it was your priority market. How are things going there now?
Yeah, actually, let me get back to this. So, during our strategy, there are different stages, and actually, Brazil was at the second. But once we analyzed all of the costs and user metrics that we received from Brazil, we decided to hold it and pause it. So basically, our strategy implies that we won't have all of the success cases, but we want to really eliminate the weak ones, and actually, that's why we have this slide. So we want to eliminate the weak ones really fast, and Brazil was unfortunately one of them in terms of user metrics. There are different factors that kind of are combined, and they got us into this situation. One of them is that Brazil is, let's say, mostly like a web compared to app usage country. Also, the people there are really they got used to purchasing stuff online, so they kind of thought that lessee is something where they can purchase something like groceries, so they used it as an e-com stuff and delivery app. We just kind of like the whole market for lessee was not that. It was, let's say, the retailers are spread all over the Brazil, and the different retailers are stars there. People from different states don't know retailers from the other states, and that was not a great landscape for us, let's say. But still, we are once we get the data based on our launches, we get more and more understanding of why Brazil didn't go that well. Yeah, so basically...
Can I help you? The real answer is we don't know yet. So the guys are really in the mode of quick testing of different countries, and actually I even think that the results, the insights that we have seen on the coolest skins on the map, those are more like looking at the back mirror. Yeah.
But just to follow up on your answer, yeah, there were some factors that we actually implemented after Brazil, and one of them is the e-com share in retail, because say it again? Yes. Maybe we have any other questions in the chat?
We do have another question, but we do not have enough time. So
okay.
Let's move it on with the next presentation. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for your interaction. And yay! Applause. All right, and the next presentation for today is, it's me actually, and my mate from social media marketing team, Stepa Tidlin. Woohoo! And we are switching to Russian again. Guys, in translation, please do the magic.
Друзья, привет. Вот мы.
Thank you. Guys, hello once again. And now we reached the internet. We're going to give me a clicker, by the way. I'm the one to begin.
Вот так, поговорим сегодня о том, как я узнал, что в
A
интернете...
few words. I found out that not only you can post memes on the internet, but how social media can become a reliable partner, a provider for a business, provider of leads, and can attract new partners, new customers, new employees, and help to grow the brand of the company. and personal brand of the project members, which we call social selling. Guys, first I have a question to you. Too many of you know what LinkedIn is about and what it is designed for. Raise your hands. Okay, good. Many know what LinkedIn is about, and we do not see the picture about the online viewers. And please vote if you are using LinkedIn. And who are using LinkedIn in your business, in your work? Raise your hands. Okay, many people. Let us applaud to all of us because we are numerous. Most of us actually sitting in that room are using it.
I expected more than that.
But we have about 80 people online.
Не 80.
I believe that
Sorry, it's got to be more than
there are
that.
many more. Okay, I ask you to applaud because LinkedIn in Russia is less popular than international one because LinkedIn is blocked in Russia and you can use that only using VPN, but internationally LinkedIn is social media number one to attract the B2B audience. If we look at the nearest competitors such as Facebook, Instagram, and etc., there's a big B2C segment. At the same time, these social media, the closest competitors, are growing much slower than LinkedIn. Over the last year-on-year growth was about 13%, whereas Facebook grew only 3%. So the whole of the B2B audiences there are 67 million companies have their pages on LinkedIn and are talking to their clients using LinkedIn. Why I'm telling you that? Because we now know how to use LinkedIn and how to help our brand to grow and how to help the brands of our employees to grow. There are three stages, there are three steps. We are upgrading our employees' profiles, the ones who are members of our community. Second, we do posting content regularly. We help the users to prepare the content on their own, and we are building the internal community that the people from social setting are not students their own juice, but exchange experience, know what is going on in the market, and grow their brands among potential target audience. The most important outcome that we want to reach is we are helping the pages of the employees to make sure that the content work for their sake. So first, the employees would make content and would make posts regularly, would add friends, and then the content is working for the sake of the user in a manner of a word of mouth. So first items, let's proceed from more general things to more particular things. So that's the profile of a user. The profiles may different, beautiful and not so beautiful. So this is person who adds to us as a friend without any avatar, without any background. You don't know what company he works for and what his position is there and why. And we add him to our friends, but we do not know what profile he or she may bring to us. Now let's have a look at a nice profile. This is an excellent Veronica's page. And everything is just beautiful. A lot of fields being filled out, a nice background, and immediately see what organization she works for, what her position is, and how she can help a person she has as a friend. And there's a lot of content on the page, which can be relevant for the people who see her profile on the internet. There is another story about algorithms of LinkedIn, because the better we fill out the fields, the more information about the person we indicate, the more relevant the referrals from LinkedIn would be. Referrals to the friends, friends of the friends, etc. So this is a kind of a word of mouth I meant. There is an opinion in LinkedIn that, for instance, I used to work for some organization in 2010 and I don't have to indicate that information because it is not relevant. But it is, because LinkedIn considers absolutely all the information, whether it is 2010, 2009, etc., and would use its algorithm to match people. So the more we tell about ourselves, the more relevant our page would be to the users, and the users would see that content. What else we have? We have such a thing as gold pages in LinkedIn, and those who are using LinkedIn probably encountered that from time to time, and this is a very, very rare achievement. In LinkedIn, LinkedIn at the moment. There are about 1 billion people from 200 countries of the world, and only dozens have awarded that badge. We know how to make sure that you get such a bonus, such a badge.
Мы нашли, да.
We found that feature.
Нет, шутка, мы правда знаем, как это
If you think we photoshopped this badge in, you're wrong.
Кто участвует в нашей программе.
We actually have several who are part of our program, so this is not a myth. It's very difficult to get such a badge, but we know how to do that. Let's move forward.
Собственно, про контент.
Let me say something, okay? So, content is king, as they say.
В нашей программе.
And I would say that this is the most important thing for you to remember. Well, because content certainly helps us promote our profiles and our posts. So, content on LinkedIn
Нет.
has gotta be regular. Now, regular doesn't mean very frequent. If you post once per week, or you do it regularly, LinkedIn algorithms will start promoting you. And if you stop posting, if you're irregular, you will only be shown like on May holidays, which was my case. Now, we also help the members of the company. Well, certainly we don't help you write your content, but we can help you select the right topics to cover. And you know, some things are trending and others are evergreen. Also, we can help you by giving like useful bits of advice, like product content is never popular. But if you come in with your personal story, like I made an offer or like I proposed to my girlfriend, and obviously I'm kidding here. If the rest of your post is product related, probably you don't want to start like this. And note the calendar here. It's actually beautiful, but you know that's as much as we could put in the screenshot.
I want to add that the picture that is not there, if we actually were to see that fully, you would be scared. 25 people. And actually it means that everyone posts more than 4 posts a month, so it would be a very busy picture. And added to that, right? LinkedIn loves posts without pictures and photos, and for instance, we post actually with a picture, so it would gain more likes. And if we post some picture, it would be horizontal, for instance, or if it is a picture without a live person, it won't be liked, it would be passive. So these are the secrets which you will not find easily, but it would be very useful for you.
By the way, we regularly run photo shoots in the office so that you can use beautiful office photos for your LinkedIn content. Now let's keep going. Building the internal community. So what we do is build the community of our employees, you know, all those who participate in this program and even those who do not. So what we do is, provide our very stylish corporate backgrounds, and they are available to everybody. You don't need to participate in anything to have them. We also provide support from, all the members of the program. Like, you publish a post, you say it's a good one, so everybody comes in and likes it, and thus, we boost it. And I can also tell everybody how I got my golden badge. Obviously, our community has played an instrumental role in that. We even have this, if you love, corporate badges, they are also available. Now, without further ado, please use the QR code here. I'm sorry for the layout on the screen. So this is the QR code you may want to use in order to join our community. Now, if you are not a regular user of LinkedIn, you will be getting, life hacks, the do's and don'ts, and also you will get to learn how we're doing in terms of LinkedIn promotion.
Back to the previous slide. So that's a very useful thing for those who just want to use LinkedIn, those who want to use LinkedIn in their working purposes in order to achieve some business result, which would be more elevated. It really helps. Back to the results. From the very beginning, when we just launched that program, there were about 16,000 views of content per month. More or less, and in less than a year we increased that 10 times. And how the result works, I spoke already about the word of mouth. So a friend adds to you, he sees your content, you would interact with him, Then after such an interaction, the friends of that friend will see that content. It would be part of that referral. After they actually interact, the friends of friends will see that.
And if your friend is a VP of a major agency in Dubai, now that's really golden. That's worth a lot.
Yes, you may be proud of that. You may be proud of that to have such a friend. And in essence, this is not about the reach out, we speak about leads.
Absolutely. We are here about leads and even the inbound leads. So our business development people will tell you that it is now much easier to establish connections because, overall awareness is growing. But also there is inbound interest, coming from some major companies. I'm talking about, larger agencies like gaming
Turkey,
studios.
Dubai.
Absolutely, from many different countries. By the way, here in the room we have a very popular LinkedIn user. He probably will be able to share his experience going forward. So please click the last slide. So how do you start? So if you believe that you badly need LinkedIn for business, we have Mariana, who is the social selling team lead. Please get in touch with her. And you can start with a group and by reading the chat. I think we've done this, so we can turn to the Q&A session.
Thank you so much, Stepa, and myself. Okay, right, we are moving on to Q&A session. Sergey, all the challenging questions that we had right now, you should answer it. Let me read. Oh my God, we are in Russian again, right? Ну, пофиг, окей.
Я по-русски тоже умею.
Мы и по-русски умеем, и по-английски.
I can do Russian as well, no problem.
So my first question is,
Трансляция, я дико извиняюсь. Это
I apologize.
всем, давай посмотрим, кому.
So that's a question to everyone.
Проекты, походу тебе.
Why we are closing the projects, discontinuing the projects, how we take a decision what project to continue, what to discontinue.
Неизвестный абонент.
Thank you, the unknown good wisher. Thank you for such a good question. We have been thinking for quite some time about it, and the thinking we currently have is like this.
Куда мы хотим идти?
So rather than telling about why we discontinue some projects, I'd rather tell you why we don't discontinue the others. We want to pursue the projects that have a huge jackpot at the very end. Something that is hugely motivational. So if you're asking what this huge word means here,
Це може бути сотні мільйонів.
we are talking about a project with capitalization measured at least in millions of US dollars, preferably in billions.
Мы играем, и второй,
So,
который мы решаем,
this is something that's obviously driven by the size of the market. But there is another criterion, which is
смотреть.
our projects need to be addressing
4 проекта закрывают.
meaningful, serious issues. So these 4 projects were great.
Если бы это проекты были там мои Сергея Лойтера, то, возможно, это были бы очень
Yeah.
классные бизнесы. Но мы все-таки являемся Яндексом, да, то есть
The thing is that, we are Yandex. Had I been like the sole entrepreneur behind these projects, I would have continued to run them.
на мировом уровне.
But Yandex has got world-class employees, world-class technologies, so it's only natural that we should focus on world-class problems. So the projects that do not meet this requirement can be discontinued. So, for example, a project that has a, say, potential capitalization measured in dozens of millions of USD at like 100 million at most, it will be discontinued.
I totally agree with what you are saying, and I think that this is a very hard decision that we took all together. We wanted to get at least some guidance. I'm sure that capitalization is at least an indicator, although we do not know how to calculate that. And advise you, this is not a very difficult thing to understand, to see how the CF method is working to assist the companies. You don't need anything but just doing your math. But as an example, for instance, you ask why actually we discontinued 4 projects. They have several million EBITDA in Russia. You can look at the project that, for instance, you can increase that several times. A startup.
По порядку просто. Это не будет неверно в 10 раз, это может быть неверно в 2 раза.
Probably you may be wrong 10 times or 2 times. So several $1 million, 2, 4, 5 increase is possible, judging by what we got. So it means that the project would increase in terms of EBITDA by 10 or 20 million dollars. Okay, forget it. So in Russia, we increased $10 million of EBITDA by 10, and we got 100 million, and we use multiplication effect, and we get several hundreds of millions of dollars. And the projects that we have discontinued, well, it means that the situation there was not very clear, and they were entering the uncharted waters, but the venture projects, and this is an open secret, would fail. This is a venture risk, and I think that we are just great, and Sergey, I want to praise you for taking that hard decision. Again, $10+ million of EBITDA, this is a kind of a benchmark, kind of a threshold. So the revenue might be different. So we are speaking about EBITDA. So $10 million, this is from where a big project starts. Don't leave, there will be another question to you, Sergey. So the startups are discontinued, but if I want to do some experiments within the company, where should I go? Who I should approach? That's a question. And it's an anonymous question, by the way.
Guys, nothing is really changing. We stick to the old paradigm. We support experiments. Just please remember that we've got those gigantic projects which require a lot of talent. So if you want to run experiments, do your MVP and also assess the market. And the biggest test you will have to go through is persuading your colleagues that it's something worthwhile. So if you're able to do that, then please, by all means, talk to your boss or his boss, tell them about your idea, and make sure you get the resources to scale it. And if it sounds like something with great potential, please come and talk to me. Or, your immediate or not so immediate superiors, so that you can run large-scale experiments. That's it again. And also, please remember that we've got our own projects, we've got our major focus areas, so we don't really want everybody to divert their attention from these projects. And remember the big test of persuading the others.
I have a question to Yulia Petrova. Will there be a team barometer for international segment?
For sure, absolutely. There is no escaping the team barometer, and thank you so much for asking this question. It probably means you are eagerly awaiting it, and it's going to happen in early June. We are going to share all the required information so you won't be able to miss it, and thank you so much for filling it out. It's a great tool. We really appreciate it. It's hugely useful for bosses and teams. I should probably add here that it's not like a special team barometer for our international operations. No, it will be part of the regular team barometer exercise. And indeed, we do believe it's very, very important. So please fill it out. It's a hugely beneficial tool, particularly for bosses. If you are a manager, you don't know how to use it, please talk to the HRBP. It takes like several minutes to fill it out, but it tells you a lot about, well, how the team feels. And naturally, it will be available in English.
That's great, and the timing is perfect. We ran out of time. So to subscribe to our internal, external news and updates of our international team. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good rest of the week. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Take care of yourselves, and if you can, someone else too. Cheers. Bye-bye.